That's
Just not your cup of tea. That's just not
yeah, I
your.
don't like nothing about him. I just feel like, he just one of these little arrogant little.
What happens when two of boxing's biggest stars, Terence Crawford and Gervonta Tank Davis, aren't throwing punches in the ring, but swinging verbal jabs on social media? The rivalry between these two fierce competitors has taken a personal turn, and it's got fans buzzing. But this isn't just about bragging rights. It's about respect, loyalty, and who truly runs the sport. The tension between these two has been simmering for a while, and now it's reached a boiling point. Their words have gotten sharper, their insults more personal, and the stakes higher than ever. But what is it that makes this feud so intense, and why has it captured the attention of boxing fans worldwide? Terence Crawford has never been shy about his feelings, and when it comes to Gervonta Davis, the gloves are off. In a recent interview, Crawford didn't hold back. "I just don't like him. There's nothing about him I like," he said. You can feel the heat in his words, and this isn't just some casual rivalry. Crawford's been harboring this disdain for a while. He's not playing nice anymore, and what's behind this intense dislike? It's personal. Crawford sees Davis as a cocky, arrogant fighter who hides behind his fame and security guards. To Crawford, Davis is one of those guys who's all flash, no substance. He doesn't care how much money or fame Davis has. It's his attitude that rubs him the wrong way. Crawford's been holding on to these feelings, and now he's letting them out in full force. This is more than just trash talk. This is a genuine grudge that's been building for a long time. But you can bet Davis isn't taking these jabs lying down. Tank has been vocal, calling Crawford desperate for a big payday, claiming that Crawford's chasing a fight with Canelo Alvarez for nothing more than money and validation. And he's got a point. Crawford's been making headlines with his potential fight in Saudi Arabia against Canelo. But does Tank really have room to talk? Davis himself is preparing for a massive title defense on March 1st against Lamont Roach, a fight that's bound to turn heads. Tank knows how to talk the talk, but can he walk the walk? It's clear that Davis is not someone who takes criticism lying down. He's used to being at the top of the boxing world, and he's not going to let anyone take that away from him. His confidence is unwavering, but as we all know, boxing is a game of mental toughness as much as it is about physical strength. Tank's words are sharp, but will his actions follow suit when the bell rings? But here's the thing. The fight between Crawford and Davis may never even happen, at least not the way fans want it. With the two in different weight classes, Crawford at welterweight and Davis at lightweight, this could be the ultimate fantasy matchup that remains just that. Fans are dreaming about what a fight between these two would look like, but the reality is that they're just too far apart in terms of weight class. The size difference could be a huge factor, and the logistics of making such a fight happen seem almost impossible. However, that hasn't stopped both men from trading barbs and making it clear that they would be more than willing to step into the ring if the circumstances were right. Despite the challenges of making a fight between these two, the bad blood is undeniable, and it's fueled by more than just a difference in weight classes. Still, Crawford isn't backing down. He's ready to move up to 154 pounds, daring Tank to come up and take him on. Crawford's willingness to step up to a higher weight class shows just how much he's willing to do to make this fight happen. But even if they can't meet in the ring, their war of words seems to be far from over. The tension between these two is palpable, and it's clear that neither of them is willing to let go of their animosity. If anything, this rivalry is only getting stronger as time goes on, with each fighter trying to one-up the other in a battle for supremacy. As if this rivalry wasn't complicated enough, enter Shakur Stevenson. A rising star in the lightweight division, Stevenson is already being touted as the next big challenge for Davis. And Crawford is all in on Shakur, even going so far as to predict that Stevenson would take Davis down if they ever met in the ring. Crawford has a lot of faith in Stevenson's skills, and he's not afraid to show it. In fact, Crawford believes that Stevenson has what it takes to beat Davis, citing his defensive ability and technical skill as the key factors in neutralizing Tank's knockout power. It's a bold statement, but one that Crawford is confident in. Tank's not one to back down, though, and his fiery response to Stevenson's challenge is only fueling the flames of this growing feud. It's not just about boxing anymore, it's about pride, loyalty, and proving a point. Who's really the best in the division? Tank's response to Crawford's endorsement of Stevenson was swift and harsh. Davis doesn't take kindly to anyone challenging his throne, and he wasn't about to let Crawford's comments slide. The feud between the two fighters has taken on a personal tone, with Davis calling Crawford a beggar for big paydays and accusing him of chasing after the Canelo fight for validation. Tank is clearly not impressed by Crawford's desire to prove himself in a fight with one of the biggest names in boxing. To Davis, it's all about the money, and he's not afraid to call it out. But even as he criticizes Crawford, Davis has his own motivations at play. He's looking for his own big payday, and his recent comments about fighting in Saudi Arabia have made it clear that he's interested in more than just legacy. Tank's pursuit of luxury and status has only added more fuel to the fire, making this rivalry even more complex. And then there's the Saudi Arabia angle. Both Crawford and Davis are eyeing huge paydays in the Middle East, but Tank's been much more vocal about his demands. He's talking about wanting Ferraris, yes, Ferraris, in exchange for stepping into the ring. Tank's not just fighting for legacy, he's fighting for luxury. But is that really what boxing's about? Crawford's fight with Canelo, on the other hand, is seen as a chance to cement his legacy in the sport. It's about more than just money, it's about making history. Davis, on the other hand, seems to be making his play for the spotlight with a little more materialism involved. His comments about wanting multiple Ferraris have caught the attention of fans, and it's clear that he's not just in this for the glory. For Davis, it's about securing his place in boxing history, but it's also about the money and the lifestyle that comes with it. Crawford's move to fight Canelo is a legacy-defining challenge, one that could secure his place as one of the greatest boxers of all time. It's not about the paycheck, it's about proving that he's willing to take on the best, no matter the cost. Davis, on the other hand, is making his demands for luxury cars and lavish rewards before he even steps foot in the ring. It's a bold move, but one that seems to be more about securing the bag than about proving himself in the sport. And while Davis may have earned his place as one of boxing's most dangerous fighters, his desire for material rewards has opened up a whole new layer to this rivalry. It's no longer just about boxing, it's about who can get the most out of the sport, both in terms of fame and fortune. Tank's confidence is undeniable. He is known for his knockout power, and he's put away opponents with brutal force. But here's the thing, will that power be enough against the likes of Shakur Stevenson or Terence Crawford? Crawford believes Stevenson's defensive skills will be the key to beating Davis, claiming that Tank wouldn't be able to land his punches on Shakur the way he does to other fighters. It's a bold prediction, but if anyone knows how to take on a knockout artist like Davis, it's Crawford. After all, Crawford's been through his own battles with some of the toughest names in the sport. He's fought the best and come out on top, and he believes Stevenson has the tools to do the same against Davis. It's a matter of skill, strategy, and mental toughness, and Crawford believes that Stevenson has what it takes to frustrate Davis and neutralize his power. The real question is, who will step up? Crawford and Davis are both too proud to back down from this war of words. The tension is building, and the anticipation for a potential showdown, whether it's Crawford versus Tank or Davis versus Stevenson, is reaching a fever pitch. Fans are itching to see if Tank will take on Shakur, or if Crawford will finally get his hands on Davis. Will Davis back up his words in the ring, or is this all just another chapter in the never-ending battle for the spotlight? It's clear that whatever happens next, the boxing world will be watching closely. And you can bet it won't be boring. The rivalry between Crawford and Davis has only just begun. Each fighter is pushing the other to new extremes, whether it's in the ring or in the realm of trash talk. And as the drama continues to unfold, it's clear that boxing fans are in for a wild ride. Who will come out on top? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, the boxing world is watching, and this rivalry is far from over. The fight for supremacy is just getting started, and the next chapter in this saga promises to be nothing short of epic.